only way to do great work is to love what you do. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. Our success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Every morning brings new potential, but only if you make the most of it. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. To find yourself, think for yourself. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. The only journey is the one within. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Keep going. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. The only courage that matters is the kind that gets you from one moment to the next. Do not wait for leaders. Do it alone, person to person. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. In learning, you will teach, and in teaching, you will learn. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. When we focus on our gratitude, the tide of disappointment goes out, and the tide of love rushes in. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. Rivers know this. There is no hurry. We shall get there someday. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. Have patience. All things are difficult before they become easy. Patience is not passive. On the contrary, it is concentrated strength. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go and do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forward. The unexamined life is not worth living. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your life is an occasion. Rise to it. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. With confidence, you have won before you have started. The greatest happiness you can have is knowing that you do not necessarily require happiness. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Happiness is not in the mere possession of money. It lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. It is never too late to be what you might have been. The best way out is always through. Strength does not come from the body. It comes from the will. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. Don't be fooled by the calendar. There are only as many days in the year as you make use of. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, be more compassion. Too often, we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. The purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others. The simplest acts of kindness are by far more powerful than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Compassion brings us to a stop, and for a moment, we rise above ourselves. Creativity is intelligence having fun, and creativity is contagious. Pass it. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Don't think. Thinking is the enemy of creativity. It's self-conscious, and anything self-conscious is lousy. You can't try to do things. You simply must do things. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Forgive yourself for your faults and your mistakes and move on. Forgiveness does not change the past, but it does enlarge the future. The first to apologize is the bravest. The first to forgive is the strongest. The first to forget is the happiest. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude. Comment below your favorite quote and share it with others. For more video like these, click the like button and subscribe.